Good evening, welcome to Ubuntu channel, and my name is Chaza right here to be with you on Meet Your Leaders. I'll not be alone, but my co-host Lance is right here with us. Lance, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Chaza. Thank you so much. Good evening to our viewers as well. And look, having a great liberation on a Wednesday like this. How's been your day?
My day has been okay. How's been yours?
Well, it's been pretty hectic. Hot and back. Well, just a little bit wet. Though, tuamene tujachetu mvura malaiti noenda, imagine.
Okay, it's been a little bit also wet on the Copper Belt, but we hope the rains will definitely come, real rains.
Definitely, they will come. And since that's my weather of born, that's when I was born, in this beautiful weather of the rains. So looking forward to it and just appreciating it as it is.
All right. Tonight we'll be looking at, the impact. The question is, do women and youths have any impact in the political leadership? And I'll be hosting a lady who will be actually representing, both the women folk and also the youths to actually, answer these questions as regards, the impact. Do they have any impact? What is happening as regards leadership, in terms of youth and women in our country?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And I think I look forward, especially that our guest is female. I look forward to, getting the knowledge and as in our guest, as well as also our viewers, engaging them to see on how they understand our topic of discussion for this evening, looking at the fact that it borders on matters that matter to them, or the women, what kind of an impact do they have in political leadership? So looking forward to that, and so many questions to really ask our guests, as well as not forgetting to engage the public. Looking forward to that, Chaz.
Brilliant. And our guest is right here in the studio with us. She goes by the name Landa Sodala Mulima, also known as Gender One, representing both the youths and also the women folk as we get to delve into the topic of the day, political leadership. Madam Sodala, or rather Gender One, good evening and welcome to the program.
Evening, Chaza, and evening, Lance. Thank you so much. Thank you for the question.
Beautiful. First of all, I would find out from you, because I may be limited in giving information about you. You are the best person that can actually, tell us about yourself. Who is, Landa or Gender One?
Okay, thank you so much, Chaza. Landa, Gender One, is the Vice Youth and Gender for our constituents. I was elected during inter-party elections. That was in 2018. From there, 2019, we had another inter-party, which we held just recently. I'm sure you are aware of that. I retained the position of Vice Youth Chairperson in Gender in the UPND, the ruling UPND, under the able leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema. Yeah.
Okay, coming back to the topic of the day. You are a lady and you are in leadership. And would like to find out, from you, do you have, impact as women as regards, political leadership in the country? And also the youths, do they have any impact as regards, leadership, political wise?
Thank you, Chaza. Yeah, we have a very big impact, yes. That is evident from the ECZ, the past report from the voter turnout that was in voting for the general elections. I'm sure you saw the turnout of youths and women. They came out in numbers, they registered, and they voted in numbers. And I'm sure you both and Lance are aware that when elections, that's the evidence from the ECZ report, and that should be commended.
Is it enough for the youths and women to only participate in such a manner, ushering leaders into leadership and actually?
It's not enough. In as much as they are ushering leaders, they are supposed also to be at least given some positions or deliberate positions that they can at least represent the other youths.
How
So I'm sure deliberate positions
should it then youths, women be incorporated into the mainstream politics? What could be the methodology of having youths and women into the mainstream?
I think deliberate positions should be made just for youths. If it means voted for positions, those should be just for youths, and they should just put deliberate positions. If it's voted for or appointed, those are supposed to be just for youths. I think that can help out other than just ushering leaders, but without participating in the national cake.
Why is it important for the youths and women to take up, leadership positions, political?
Because youths and women are the majority. I will give an example that I gave from my preamble. That's evidence from the ECZ report. I'm sure you saw the turnout from the report from ECZ. The people that voted in numbers were youths and women. So I think it's imperative that also even the youths and women are given deliberate positions so that at least they are also participating and they have a presentation in positions. Yes.
There's been a saying that a woman's place is the kitchen, and youths are not serious people. They don't deserve to be leaderships. Do you agree with this statement?
I don't accept with that statement, Chaza. That's just culture. For me, that and it doesn't stand, doesn't work.
Are you not only arguing to side with women, being a woman, and also as a woman having a motherly heart, siding with the youth? Why do you say that it's just a culture? What is there in terms of proof? Do we have any women that are supposed to be looked up to, and also the youths that have succeeded when given or charged with the responsibility of taking up leadership positions?
Yes, of course, Chaza. I'll give you an example of the person that we are looking up to. That's the Vice President, the best role model that we have so far as women. And come to the Speaker of the National Assembly, that's Nelly Muti. She's also a lady. And also the Deputy Speaker, that is attracted at Sangano, she's a lady, and she's represented the ladies. And it's a success you are able to see. And also come to the issue of youths. I'll give an example of the council chair for Kafiwe, that's the Wumba Malambo. I'm sure you've seen and you've read about her. You've seen some of the good work that she's doing. Before even having 35 years, she's done a lot in her constituency. That's evident enough that youth also need to be given a platform to participate.
As a woman, leader, what have you done so that we can see or can get from the women folk and also participation from the youth? What are you doing as a political leader yourself?
So one, for starters, I represented them in Germany just recently. I represented them, I was invited to a conference that's on the youth side, that's the Youth Leadership Development Program. So I represented them with the theme of strengthening democracy towards resilient institutions in the G7 in Africa. So that's the first one. The second one, I'm representing my youth in my constituency, which is Kabata constituency. I'm advocating for them. I'm advocating for them and also representing them in positions where they cannot represent themselves.
How much impact do you have, especially where you are making, that representation in your constituency? You are representing them. How much impact have you made?
I have made a very, very big impact. I'm sure if you were just to type my, able to see everything that I'm doing. I have also represented the youths in a program called YOWO, which is Young Women in Politics under Center for Young Leaders in Africa. So I'm representing my constituents from there. When I acquire the knowledge that I'm acquiring at YOWO, I'm sharing with my colleagues, and also they have also benefited in the same program because Sila had given us a mini project. The project whereby some youth from my constituents have also benefited because we called them, we had a workshop with them, we had a training, a one-day training. So from there, I'm sure you are able to see the impact.
In our country, there's been an outcry from, especially the youths and also the women that, during campaigns and the like, there's so much that is being promised to them. But, when parties are ushered into office, they are abandoned. It's like they are being used like tissue paper and thrown away just like that. And right now, youths are actually crying to say, before the UPND got into office, there were lots of promises, but right now they've been abandoned. What do you say about that?
Okay, thank you so much, Aza. I don't believe in a notion of ushering a government into power and considering that as being used as a tissue. No, I don't think that. When you are ushering a government into power, it's not that they owe you something or you want something. You are doing it for yourself and for everyone in the country. So you just have to trust the process. It's not everyone who is going to be given everything at once.
So as a party, in government, do you think the government is providing, an enabling environment as regards, youth participation and also
I'm sure that one is evident from the youth in that the platform also where which is
there's been,
the
there's been some proposition in as regards the legal framework. We've seen some propositions that are being made by government, and one of them critical right now is the NAPSA Act. There are these propositions that have been made to actually amend the law, and so on and so forth. As a woman and also as a representative for the youth, are you happy, or what is your say as regards these changes? NAPSA Act.
Oh, well, Charles, on that one, I think I wouldn't comment. I wouldn't say something because that is in the pipeline, and I think I'll be abrogating the whole process.
It's in common parlance that the proposition says 20% would be withdrawn from the contributions towards pension after servicing or contributing for a given number of months. And some people are saying 20% is too meager, an amount to be withdrawn.
Just like I said from my inception, on that I won't comment much. I'll be abrogating some rules, or maybe yes, it's not in my jurisdiction.
Okay, we will actually respect, that right that you do hold. At this point in time, I'll invite my co-host to come in and also ask a couple of questions as we get to invite the public from the other side.
Thank you very much to add. Landa, let me come to the political side of you. You are coming through from the ruling United Party for National Development. And when getting into power as the UPND, President Hakainde Hichilema, then in opposition, signed, I would call it a memorandum of understanding with the youths of Zambia to say that the youths will come first, and obviously they will be thought of in terms of either employment or engaging them into governance and leadership position. This is a year plus, or a year after UPND forming government. So far, the cry that's out there is that the youths have still been neglected. Even the you find the youths and the young women are not putting up yourselves for leadership, or putting yourselves in strategic points for leadership, or this is a deliberate move that we already know of politicians to say they only use you and leave you hanging at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, Lance. I'll draw you back again. I don't accept the issue of you being used as a ladder. Yeah. So I will start. For starters, I'll say it's not that there are few youths in parliament. Many are times that we are given opportunities to apply for offices like aspiring as maybe a councillor, as an MP. Many are times that we run away from those positions. I'll give you an example. I was an aspirant in Chilean. That's why. And it was just me and me alone in the side of female. No one was refusing anyone. Anyone was able to come through, declare their interest. No one was refusing. The party was open. It has an open door policy. If you want to buy, if you want to aspire as an MP, as a councillor, you can aspire. No one is going to refuse you. Everyone is free to campaign, to go through the word, talk to the grassroots. No one is refusing. So availability also matters. Availability also matters. If you are available, the party is not going to leave you. So I'll give you an example. If I filed in as a councillor last year, by now I was going to be a councillor because I know and I'm pretty sure that the party was going to adopt me because being the only female councillor that was aspiring at that time, I was going to be given chance. So in short, availability
or they do not hold the bull by its horn. When given an opportunity, they do not want to take it, they want to be dragged into it. So you are confirming to say young people, young women, they are not serious when it comes to taking part into civic leadership and grabbing these opportunities when they come their way. You failed to file in, not because the party did not want you, but it was due to your personal reasons.
Yes. So I'm not saying that they are not serious or maybe they are what, but I'm just saying availability also matters.
Okay, so let's maybe take it, let's trickle it down to a party level, maybe before we come in on the national level. Most political parties, including the ruling UPNG, deliberately, they do not have a policy or policies to give unto the young people leadership positions. Surprisingly, you will find a youth leader of a political party. 55 years because they are still feeling young, they are still feeling as a youth. When you have youths that are 26 years old and they've shown interest in taking part into civic leadership, but they're not given that opportunity. What do you think should be the way forward in making sure that the environment is made available and ripe for a young person at the political?
Yes, like I said in my preamble, availability also matters. If the party sees that they are available, sorry, what are you saying, Lance?
Youths are only stone throwers. They can't be in leadership positions.
Okay, so I think there must be a deliberate policy for youths. Just to give them positions, deliberate positions, just like how I said in my previous statement, there must be a deliberate policy to say that, okay, these positions, if it's in parliament, the nomination positions, those positions that the president nominates, maybe to deliberate to give 1 or 2 youths. And also on the party level, I think
is it that you, the women, have not shown an empathy, or you have not shown the zeal to take up these leadership positions? So as a competition, Ramona, is it like that?
no, I think it's because they are scared that they cannot be ruled by a lady. A lady is just supposed to be in the kitchen. I think.
Okay, so but do you
Yeah.
think that a woman is competent enough to take up other leadership roles apart from being a leader for the women's group?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, 100%.
What do you bring on the table? Because most of the times we hear stories that women pakti mufike ko pali level, at least there should be some sexual favors that the male folks attend from the women? What do you bring on the table apart from the allegations that have been made?
So on that one, it goes with the principles. The principles that you set as a person. I set my principles. I will not give any man my body up until I get married. And that's my principle. No man will change that. So if you stand with your principles, you're going to achieve what you want. So it goes with principles.
All right, let's get back to the youths, since you also still fall under the same bracket of the youths and the young. What opportunities lies in for the youths, especially owing to the fact that you are coming from the ruling UPND that preached so much on mobilizing the youths, or that preached so much on making sure that at least the youths will be taken care of once UPND forms government, and it's now in government.
Okay, so I'm sure you are aware President Hakainde Hichilema said that people should form cooperatives. One, people should apply for companies. Those with companies should submit their profiles so that they should be looked at, and they are given what is supposed to be given to them. It doesn't matter whether a person is PF, it doesn't matter whether a person is from married, provided you are a Zambian, you're going to get what belongs to you. So it's not only people from UPND that are benefiting in these cooperatives. If you have a cooperative, it qualifies, it has all the documentations. You have a company and the profile, the company profile qualifies. It doesn't matter whether you are PF, you qualify. Whether you're UPNG, you qualify. So it's cooperative. All those they are there. People are not applying when it's the 3rd of November and then they cry that no, government is not looking after us. When there are positions that need to be applied for at NAPSA, and then just people are just skipping when they see that it's just things to do with application they don't want to apply. They want to be just given on a silver plate, or maybe to be just dished with money. It doesn't work like that.
Okay, so let's quickly come back to our topic. To our dear viewers, remember that we are discussing, do women and youth have an impact in political leadership? So you can leave your question, you can leave your comment, as well as your expression of view through the comment section, and we'll be glad to read it out loud. But better still, we are sharing with you right now the studio link, where you can simply click on it and join us live into the studio, and also ask your question live to our guest by joining us in the studio. Gender one, let me come back to the issues of leadership in the political spheres or sectors. Since time immemorial, it has been believed that the youths, always when they are given an opportunity to lead, it ends in a disaster. What do I mean by that? Youths will start partying when they have those positions. Youths will start showing malice. Youths will almost do everything about their leadership wrong. Is this the truth? Is this the reason why people are not thinking of appointing youths in cabinet, in key strategic leadership positions? Are youths reckless and are they reckless, and don't they have a vision for what they want?
Well, Lance, no, I don't believe in that. That notion postcardness Mwinga. So far, so good. And she's been retaining the position of a counselor. So far, so good. She's a youth. She's not 40. She's below 35. So far, so good. So I'm sure those can bring to the limelight.
Okay. I feel like you are somehow dodging from the question. You are somehow dodging, because I would really like you to explain maybe in-depthly to a listener or a viewer that is watching what you mean by look at Bumba Malambo. Not everyone follows politics. Not everyone follows the news. Obviously, they would like to know, who is this Bumba Malambo? What has she done so far that she would be a point of recognizance to say she is doing this, and therefore the youths have been given, or has she been given a key leadership position by the government for somebody to point at her and say, hey, I think she was given that position and she is working accordingly. This is what I want you to deal with, because we are looking at youths being disastrous. The reasons that these old people give as a reason why they do not appoint young people is because young people are disastrous. They are playful, they only know how to party, and they do not execute their work. Now, I want you to really explain to a viewer how or why this youth can be given this leadership position and they will still deliver and take out the notion of a youth is disastrous and playful.
Okay, thank you, Lance. So just like I was saying, I spoke of Pauline Gabriel, that's Dr. Pauline. I think we have also seen what he has done so far at the DMMU. He's working really hard. Wherever we hear that there is a disaster, he's there. We are seeing he's not just drinking or maybe partying. We are following him closely. So the youths or anyone else who is following, you should start following Gabriel's page, so that you see what he's doing. That's evidence enough that youths also can deliver. So again, coming to the notion of youths being reckless, youths are not reckless. When youths are given positions, they work to the fullest, tirelessly. Unless if it's just you've just put someone who is who you know that is, this one is a drunkard, this one is not going anywhere. Because when you are appointing someone, you categorically know that this person that I'm appointing, these are the principles. I've seen him or her do this and that. if I put him or her on this position, definitely he or she is not going to disappoint me. Of course, Lance, if you were a president, you can't appoint someone who is someone. Can you appoint someone like you categorically know that this one is a drunkard? Even if you were to give them money, you give them 100,000, they told you that I want to start business. I've stopped drinking beer. You gave them that 100,000. You know that 100,000 is not going to go anywhere, but it is going to be beer.
Another thing, Ilanda, I believe working with notions and things that have been brought into public domain and they are being used as a yardstick to measure either the success of a young person or how a young person is supposed to conduct themselves when they've been given this leadership role or mantle. One thing that I will bring across or that I will bring to your attention is that they are people that are saying that the youths are their own downfall. What do I mean by this? A youth brings down a fellow youth. So let's say, for example, gender one, you have been appointed in a certain position, leadership position. It will be me, Lance, bringing you down, ridiculing you, and saying all sorts of wrong stuff about gender one. And then at the end of it all, everyone is blanketed in that to say youths are disastrous just because Lance is saying gender one is misbehaving or this and that. Why do you think that the youths are their own downfall? They bring down one another when there is an issue of civic leadership.
Well, Lance, I think it's jealousy. I'll say jealousy. If you say so, you say that youths, some of the youth, not everyone, of course, some of the youth, even as I'm featuring here, someone is somewhere is saying that, have you heard what she's saying? Someone will call me just after this interview. Have you heard what she has said? So no wonder I'm avoiding the things that I'm being asked. Yes, I'm dodging because of that. So where I'm able to answer, I'm answering. What is not in my jurisdiction to answer, I'm not answering because I'll be cited and I'll be summoned maybe. So it's jealousy, yes. Jealousy is there amongst us as youths. If I was to be appointed, I think others will say, no, because she's Bali's daughter. No, because she's the gender one. No, because she has done what. Instead of just becoming happy that, okay, a youth has been appointed, let us all support this person that has been appointed. I'll give you an example. I was in Berlin recently. Some youths were not happy. Others thought that the president took me there. Well, just to bring that to light, the president did not take me to Berlin. It was through my hard work that I went to Berlin. Yes.
Well, on a lighter note, I wasn't happy as your husband. You didn't inform me. Well,
because you were not communicating.
Lastly, before I throw it back to the main host, Chaza, also, I would like you to address this issue where a yardstick has been, or let me say a bar has sort of been set by the old people, which they are using to judge the goals or the goods that a young person has achieved. So if you are to be appointed or maybe to be taken into a key strategic leadership position, the old people will come and say, awe, huyu sanafikepo palija ba, huyu sanafikepo palija. Why should it be the old people telling us to say only akafika paja ngepeanga nkale leader? Why shouldn't we, the youths, be our own judges to say, yes, this youth can lead or this young woman can lead, and let them do so?
Well, I think we also have a very key or important role to play on that one. The way you are carrying yourself also matters. One, I'll say the way you carry yourself also matters. The things that you are doing and the association or where you are. I don't know how to put it. Like the people that you are found with or your team, they judge from that. Upon seeing if well, Lance, I give you an example. I'm found with let's say who can I give as an example? I'm sure you know that team, a team of there are those people whereby if I happen to start meet those people, I think I can even be hated. I can't even be called gender one, Dali's daughter. It's because of that. Even that matters as well. The team that you associate yourself with. Show me your friends and I will tell you who you are.
Okay, Chaza, back to you. You can take it up.
All right, thank you so much, Lance. And it's been a little bit tensed up. I would now want to have it loosened up, a little bit and take it, personal, because this, program is Meet Your Leaders, and the people out there need to know you, Sodala, Gender One. So I think I want to find out from you, starting from the name itself, Gender One. Why Gender One? Well, what is this name all about? Tell us.
It's because I represent the ladies. So it's a person who represents the ladies in Tawata constituency.
Okay, I want also to know when you start your political life in leadership. When did you start politics? How did you start politics? Who inspired you?
Well, my dad was also a politician, but before then I was young. He was once a national youth chairman under UNIP. Yes, though he died before when I was too young, but then I still remember that he was a politician as well. I was inspired.
Okay, when were you born, Gender One?
Gender One was born on the 20th of March, 1990.
Okay, we have messages that are coming through. 1990. Tell us a little bit more about your background. Where did you do your primary school, secondary school, tertiary, and so on and so forth? Do we see any traits of leadership as you were growing up? At a tender age, at secondary, tertiary. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so I started my school at Nazilongo, that's in southern province of Zambia. So from there, I went to Namiyanga. From Namiyanga, I went to Jangale Basic School, where I wrote my grade 9 first and went to grade 10 at Kalomo High School. Kalomo High School, I was there for 3 years, that is grade 10, 11, and 12. I was selected as a prefect, house prefect. That was in grade 12. And as well as I was also a monitress in class. So from there, I went to Chibilabongwe, where I stayed for some time. By then I was also in politics, though I was not very active. I was just a supporter of President Hakainde Hichilema. I've been following him since when I was young at school. We just used to chant with my friends, H. Well, the moment we just see the helicopter, it came once at school. We left the teacher teaching in class, and we took off, went to see President Hakainde Hichilema, that was at Kalomo High School. So from there, I went to ZIBIC, which is now called Zambia College of Pensions and Insurance. I studied insurance from level 1 to level 6. And then I was supposed to do my degree at UNILAS, of which I didn't do because the person who used to pay for me, that's the time that he died. So I didn't continue. So I started, I did psychosocial counseling. I didn't want to waste time because I believe that time wasted never gained. So I did psychosocial counseling. I've got 2 certificates. So from there, I saw that, oh, no one is going to pay for me. I did youth leadership development program. I've got a certificate as well in leadership. From there, I went to PIPA, that is Program for Young Politicians in Africa, and graduated